South Bay reporter Jesse Gary joining us live now from the Little Saigon section of San Jose with more on the arrests that have been made and how this news is being received there in the community. Jesse?
Alex, good afternoon to you. The jewelry store behind me remains closed as the owner is going through the painstaking task of figuring out what the insurance company will and will not cover in this and what's going to come out of his pocket. I'm told it's going to be several $1,000s. Meanwhile, roughly 10 miles from here at San Jose Police Headquarters, officials announcing the arrest of 7 suspects. One of those arrests taking place right in the parking lot of police headquarters. Guns drawn, voices raised, anxiety heightened as San Jose police on Tuesday take into custody 23-year-old Zachary Blue Gordon.
This is our community. No one attacks us and walks away.
Friday inside police headquarters, officials and detectives detailing the arrest of Gordon and 6 other alleged criminals. They range in age from the late teens to the early 30s and are from all over the region, Pacifica to East Palo Alto, Manteca to San Francisco.
Hiding behind a mask in a crowd of thugs will not shield you from accountability.
Detectives say the 7 arrested are part of a larger crew of 13 that robbed the Kim Hung jewelry store September 5th. The store's 88-year-old owner was knocked to the ground and seriously injured in that crime. His niece says the family is relieved there's progress in this case.
I had goosebumps and I am so happy. I am so speechless about it. This time the government is step in very quick and very respond for those crap. Yes.
Officials are mum on why Blue Gordon showed up at their front door. Other suspects were arrested with assistance from Dublin, San Leandro, Manteca, Antioch, and San Francisco police departments.
Crime doesn't stop at city lines, and neither does our pursuit of justice.
Investigators say they've recovered a large cache of weapons and drugs during the multiple arrests. The Little Saigon community in San Jose had been on edge since the jewelry store robbery, but has been reassured with the recent arrests.
The community realized that we don't just talk about things. We put things into action.
We know several of these individuals are linked to other smash and grab robberies across the Bay Area. And make no mistake, this investigation is far from over.
Investigators are urging the other members of this robbery crew to turn themselves in before they are caught, and they promise they will be caught. Most of those already arrested are in the main Santa Clara County Jail or in the Women's Correctional Facility. Jock Samuels was arrested in San Francisco. He's up there and will be extradited down here in short order. If you have any information about this case, call the San Jose Police Department. We're live in the Little Saigon section of San Jose this afternoon. Jesse Gary, KTVU, Fox 2.
Including rape.
They was back there, they had the fellas on the ground and everything. So I didn't get out, and the streets was full up with cop cars all over it.
Oh, it was a manhunt from the city to the suburbs for 3 suspects accused of going on a terrorizing crime spree over the summer, robbing armored trucks. Now, the police activity forced several schools into lockdown mode while neighbors were told to shelter in place. Good afternoon to you, everyone. We're also streaming live on CBS News Philadelphia. I'm Natasha Brown.
And I'm Yuki Washington. Chiappa Lewis is off today. And all 3 suspects were caught, 2 in West Philadelphia and 1 in Montgomery County's Bala Cynwyd section.
Our investigative team has been covering the story since it broke just before noon today. Liz Crawford and Joe Holden live in Bala Cynwyd right now. Joe, let's start with you.
Well, Natasha and Yuki, sources in law enforcement tell me that the FBI believed to have had in its sights the crew believed to be responsible behind these armored car robberies. And then something went wrong. That crew was realizing that they were under monitoring and surveillance by federal agents, and then they fled. The FBI and other departments joining in the chase out of West Philadelphia in the city, all the way through, snaking through parts of Lower Merion Township, all ending here in Bala Cynwyd. Now, those suspects turned down what would be a dead-end street off Conshohocken State Road in Bala Cynwyd. Police say the suspects got out of a white Honda Civic and fled. We have video showing one of those suspects hopping 2 fences in a nearby yard. Law enforcement has been on the hunt for the armored car robbers since the spring. Sources say in one of those robberies, close to $1 million was taken. This afternoon, we watched as SWAT teams fanned out through the wooded neighborhood, checking on homes. The mood was tense. Here's Lower Merion Police Superintendent Andy Block.
At 11 o'clock this morning, we received a call from Philadelphia Police and the FBI that they were in pursuit of 3 individuals that were wanted for the armored car robberies in the city of Philadelphia. The pursuit ended up in Lower Merion, going through Bala Cynwyd and Merion. We got additional information that the white Honda that they were trying to stop was located at the dead end of Snowden Road off of Conshohocken State Road in Bala Cynwyd. Our officers, along with Philadelphia, responded to that location. We located the car. It was unoccupied, but there were weapons in that car. We believe everybody was out on foot. That's when we started tracking the individuals with our emergency response teams as well as our canine units.
And the story goes from there. Lower Merion Township Police say at around noon, when Philadelphia police stopped a white Charger at 52nd and Parish in West Philadelphia, police there confirmed 2 men were apprehended and taken into custody. This is video from a witness. We're told they had been in Lower Merion and had called someone to get a ride to West Philadelphia. Police say a 3rd person was eventually apprehended in Bala Cynwyd. Late this afternoon, the FBI confirming that they were tracking. They were aware of this alleged attempt to rob yet another armored car, and this is how it all played out. The FBI is now the lead on this case, and as far as further comment, they declined. We're live in Bala Cynwyd. Joe Holden, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And Joe, thank you for that.
Well, the string of armored truck robberies began back on June 26 outside the Aldi at 5200 Whitaker Avenue in Lawncrest. On July 2nd, a Brinks truck was robbed on Frankfurt Avenue in Holmesburg. And less than 2 weeks after that, on July 15th, there was another Brinks truck robbery on Castor Avenue in Oxford Circle. On July 22nd, on Old York Road in Elkins Park, a Brinks truck driver called police after spotting a car with masked men inside with weapons. That car took off. And then on August the 12th, at that same location, robbers took a bag of money from a Brinks truck driver as he tried to enter a store. During that tense search today, Lower Merion Township Police issued urgent warnings to thousands of residents out there in the Bala Cynwyd area.
They were warned to keep their doors closed and not approach any suspects. Liz Crawford was in the neighborhood talking to residents about what happened, and she joins us live right now from Bala Cynwyd. Liz?
Well, Natasha and Yuki, all quiet now, but I can tell you some neighbors here are pretty shaken up. They were told to shelter in place, and at least 10 schools were on lockdown for about 2.5 hours, while police officers, SWAT teams, and undercover officers swarmed their properties here in Bala Cynwyd. Now, we saw police with long guns and protective vests patrolling the perimeter of the area, and dozens of police vehicles throughout the neighborhood. We actually met 2 teenagers today who said they saw one of the suspects run right by them while they were unloading groceries. Their parents gave them permission to talk with us.
We're taking out the groceries, and then through that fence, he just pops out. I'm like, yo, like, because it's not normal to see someone just walk through the backyard. I'm like, what's up? And then he doesn't say anything. He's like, kind of like, whatever. You could tell like something's a little bit off, not saying anything.
The teen said the man, dressed in a black T-shirt and black shorts, then ran across the street into another person's yard. We talked with the family who lives there. They gave us this surveillance video, which shows the suspect jumping a fence into their backyard, and then another angle of him walking through the yard and jumping their back fence, headed to another street, which is where Emily Zager said police swarmed her home and yard and eventually captured the guy a few doors down.
We were terrified. I mean, the police were literally in my garage. They were all through every window in my house. There was police. So, you know, I just called my husband and said, get home from work now, and we need to buy a gun.
Now, neighbors told me there are a lot of families, a lot of young children along this street. They say it is possible that he was actually hiding in one of the playhouses in one of these backyards before police got him. In Bala Cynwyd, Liz Crawford, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Wow. Okay, Liz, thank you.
Well, the chaos did spill into West Philadelphia as well. That's where 2 of the suspects were arrested. Our cameras were there on 52nd and Parish Streets as shocked community members all watched police and FBI agents swarm the streets. And we did talk to some neighbors out there who witnessed the arrests and all of that police activity.
We come out and the block is full of cops up and down the street. And so the next thing we know, FBI is here. They pulled the guy out the car. They blocked off the whole block.
They had the fellas on the ground and everything. So I didn't get out, and the streets was full up with cop cars all over everywhere. And it was just danger. I could barely cross the street.
Well, parents in West Philadelphia, they also expressed to us their anxiety during this lockdown of their children's schools as well.
We invite you to stay with us as we learn more about today's police chase and the arrests made in connection with armored car heists. When we are not on television, we're always streaming and online at cbsphiladelphia.com.
On Thursday, investigators issued an arrest warrant for this woman, Latoya Watkins, for what they say happened here at the Milwaukee Loomis location back in August 2023. Newly filed court documents say Watkins showed up to the front door that day wearing a wig and a red polo shirt like other Loomis employees.
The criminal complaint says Watkins used the code word beach ball to get through the first set of doors. Once in a secured vestibule just like this one, she struggled to enter the correct PIN number. She told a nearby employee, quote, "I'm here to work. It's my first day." That employee let her in.
Those same documents say Watkins then found herself in the cash room, running off with a plastic bag containing $118,000. How'd she pull it off? Well, investigators say her girlfriend at the time, Dajanique Jackson, worked at Loomis with an online search history that included, quote, "What happens if I'm caught stealing money at work?" I tried tracking down Watkins by phone.
Hi, I'm looking for Latoya Watkins. This is Hannah Hilliard calling with Channel 12.
And Jackson at a former address Thursday, but couldn't reach them. They are now both charged with theft.
Hannah, it took 2 years to file charges in this case.
It did, Deanna. The DA's office today tells me that they finally received 100 videos and some other evidence to review over the summer, which led to this week's charges. In the meantime, the whereabouts of Watkins remains unknown right now. She is the main target of this investigation, and there is a warrant out for her arrest, while Jackson received a summons to appear in court later this month.
All right, Hannah Hilliard reporting live for us tonight in Milwaukee.
Toledo family is asking for help to help find a 13-year-old who's been missing now for more than 2 days. Her name is Kei'mani Latigue.
Come here, man. Don't do it. What's your hands? Kill me. Dude, show me your hands right now. Me, bro.
It was Monday morning, March 17, 2025, when Dorothy Latigue arrived home after working an overnight shift. Almost immediately, she sensed something wasn't right. Her granddaughter, 13-year-old Kei'mani Latigue, whom she had legal custody of, was nowhere to be found. Normally, Kei'mani would have already left for school by the time Dorothy returned, but what made this different was that Kei'mani's personal belongings were still inside the house. Her glasses, her house keys, and her cell phone. Her underclothes were folded near the couch, her pajamas crumpled on the dining room floor. And the stove? It had been left on. The last confirmed sighting of Kei'mani was the night before, Sunday, March 16th at around 10 p.m., when she was with her biological father, Darnell Jones.
Kei'mani's father says he saw his daughter late Sunday night after she called him afraid to be home alone.
I came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. So I sat for an hour, me and my cousin, we sat over here. And we left around like 12:30-ish.
Dorothy called Kei'mani's school, Spring Elementary, to check in. That's when she learned her granddaughter hadn't shown up for class. Growing increasingly anxious, she continued calling family and friends, hoping someone had seen or heard from her. But no one had, and Kei'mani's phone went straight to voicemail. With each passing hour, Dorothy's concern deepened. Eventually, she contacted the police.
Non-emergency.
Yes, I'd like to make a police report.
Okay, what's the address?
Elm Street.
Okay, what kind of report?
A missing person.
Okay, what's your name?
Mine or hers?
Yours?
Dorothy.
Okay, and who's
Latigue.
missing?
Kei'mani.
Is this your daughter, son?
This is my granddaughter.
Okay, do you have custody?
I do.
Okay, how old is she?
13.
How long ago she's been missing?
To the best of my understanding, she's just been missing this morning. And I called her school and went up to her school, and they said she's not there.
What school does she go to?
Spring.
Do you remember, did you see what she was wearing before she left?
No, she's usually going to school before I get home from work.
Okay. Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's black. She looks Hispanic.
Okay, and then what was her last name?
Latigue.
Your phone number?
419.
Okay, does she have a phone on her that you're aware of?
She does, and it's dead because it's going straight to voicemail.
All right, we'll be out, then they'll be out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, bye.
Toledo police arrived quickly. They conducted an initial search of the home, and a formal investigation was launched. By Friday, March 21st, with no leads and no sign of Kei'mani, the community mobilized. Volunteers, family members, and complete strangers joined together in a citywide search effort.
Kei'mani Latigue hasn't been seen since Sunday night, and tonight family, friends, and even strangers formed a search party in the area of East Manhattan and Stickney. 13 Action News anchor Gerald Harris was there and joins us live with more. Gerald.
Christian, much of the search for Kei'mani is focused on North Toledo. That's where she was reported missing from. And today, search team volunteers stepped up their efforts to try and locate the missing teen.
She loves to dance. She likes to play basketball. She joined the basketball team this year, and she was doing great things.
With flyers in hand and hope in their hearts.
She doesn't get in trouble. She doesn't do stuff like this.
Family, friends, and her mother, who traveled from Cleveland, are in North Toledo going block by block, looking for her missing daughter, 13-year-old Kei'mani Latigue.
I have not slept in 3 days. I have not eaten in 3 days. I have never had a seizure before, and I've had 3.
The teen has not been seen since Sunday night after 10 p.m. Her grandmother, who is her guardian, told 13 Action News she came home from work and the door was unlocked.
I just wanted to come out and see what I could do to support.
Thought if it was our child, we would want to come out and do what we could.
Volunteers from across Toledo and even Cary, Ohio, showed up to help.
3 days later, the search ended in tragedy. On March 24th, investigators found Kei'mani's body inside a dilapidated, abandoned house on Miami Street in East Toledo. She had suffered severe injuries, including large wounds to her neck and the loss of both hands. Less than 24 hours later, the Lucas County coroner released the official autopsy report, ruling her death a homicide caused by multiple incised wounds to the neck. News of the discovery sent shockwaves throughout the community. For a week, people had held out hope. Now that hope turned to heartbreak. Back at Spring Elementary, grief counselors were brought in. Teachers struggled to find the words. Classmates created a makeshift memorial outside the school. One handwritten sign read, "You were always smiling, Kei'mani. We miss you." Kei'mani was just days away from celebrating her 14th birthday. A spokesperson for Toledo Public Schools said she had recently been recognized at the school's honor roll assembly and was scheduled to receive a kindness award that same week. Kei'mani will be remembered as being very personable and someone who got along well with others, the district said in a statement. But the grief quickly turned to outrage. Beneath the mourning was a pressing question. Could this have been prevented? Detectives quickly turned their attention to R.N.R. Jones, the last known person to see Kei'mani alive. During questioning, Jones allegedly gave conflicting statements about his whereabouts and Kei'mani's movements the night she disappeared. Then, he made an odd request. Jones called his girlfriend and asked her to disable the home security cameras. She refused. According to her statement, she was in the bedroom when a relative observed Jones removing items from his SUV. He brought them into the house and tucked them beneath the basement stairs. Concerned, the girlfriend contacted police. Officers secured a search warrant and retrieved the items into evidence. Soon after, Jones realized the police had entered the home and that the evidence was gone. That's when he fled, never to be seen again by the girlfriend. Toledo police issued a BOLO for R.N.R. Jones. The alert was sent to agencies across the state. By the next morning, March 25th at around 10 a.m., a tactical unit from the Columbus Police Department located Jones near the intersection of 2nd and Denison.
Come here, man.
Don't do it.
What you trying to
kill me?
Dude, show me your fucking hands right now.
Me, bro.
Pull your fucking hand out of your. I swear to God, pull your.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Dennis in a second.
Don't fucking move.
Don't move. All right, suspects down. All you guys are okay.
Don't move. He's got 33 right there.
33 in his hands.
No, it's a walkie-talkie, but there's 33s right here. Don't you move or you're gonna get shot. Okay? All right. Got it. Yep.
That's him.
Somebody get
on the main air. Get us a medic.
I'm working on it.
All right, on your belly. All right. I got cuffs. There you go. Thank you, brother. We'll get you help, okay?
I just want to die, bro.
No, I know, but we can't allow that.
I can't.
All right.
I don't want to live.
Get us some cruisers. Secure this scene.
Copy, I'm in radio.
All right, who fired?
Him in the car. He did too.
All right. You did? I did not. Okay. He did. Okay. You good? All right. You good? All right. I know. All right. Listen to me. Listen, I gotta roll you off. I gotta get you up on your side, okay? I gotta get you up on your side. I got you. All right. Where you hit at, bro?
I don't know. All in my leg.
All in your leg.
He's all hit right here.
I know. He's hitting his arm once.
Oh my God.
Need a medic here now. Where's the I know. They're coming, okay? We got him. He's hit once in the arm. All right. He's hitting the side here. Yep, you're hitting the side. Okay. You're gonna be fine. Hey, look. You know what's good about this? What? Sit up, okay? You're gonna be fine.
I can't move my leg.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
I think they broke.
Where do you guys need us?
There you go. How's that?
They broke.
Okay.
I can't get up.
Okay. We're gonna leave you sit here like this. Take a deep breath.
Copy that.
Do me a favor. Take a deep breath for me, okay? Hey, move your car. Block that road. You're on shell casing. Get that road blocked. We can't lay you down. Okay, you gotta stay up. I'll hold you up, all right? You just relax. Lean back into there. There you go. You're gonna be fine. Listen, hey, nothing's ever that bad, all right?
It is.
Okay, well. Darnell, right? Do you have anything else on you? Do you have any more guns? Yes? Where's the guns at? Where's the other gun at? I don't. Darnell. Hey. Sorry. Darnell. Do you have anything else on you? Yeah, you said you had a gun. I don't. I think he's just fading. I don't know. Nope. Just stay back, okay, please? Stay back. Hey. Okay. Okay. We're making good witnesses. You're fine, ma'am. You're fine. We got to get him searched. The medic's going to take him. I know. Hey. Hey, you guys somebody just go chill. Somewhere else.
I'm sorry.
Hey, have that cruiser start getting scene tape. Let the medic in. Step back. They're fine. It's fine. Yeah, we need a cart. We need a cart. Cart. Oh no, stay with me, bro. Keep talking to me, guys. Dave, 511. If anyone is listening at home, officer support. Sit here, legs, arms. Which way do you want his head? Here. Right there? Okay. Up! You need him out of the cuffs?
Yeah, we're gonna need him out.
All right. We're gonna have to. Hey, listen. Now we're gonna roll you over one more time, all right? Gotta get those cuffs off you so you can relax. Clean up. There you go. He's hitting the arm, leg, arm, and I believe left chest. Okay. I get a good search on him. I am. Everything's got to come off. You taking him down enough in this? Yeah. All right, that's fine. Pull this off. All right. Cut the cuff off. He's got your gun. You guys want to help us lift? Yep. Grab the wings over the head. Down. Keep her down. Hold on. Just stand there. Good. Hey, don't move your arm. I know it hurts. They're going to help you, okay?
I can't even shoot me in the head.
Well, we're not trying to hurt you. We're not trying to kill you.
Take this off my arm.
No, we're not going to take it off your arm, okay? They're going to cut it off in just a second.
According to police, Jones pulled a gun during the encounter and was shot by officers. He was hospitalized in critical condition but later stabilized. Court records allege that he admitted to dragging Kei'mani to the abandoned house where he inflicted the fatal injuries. After his arrest, Jones was booked into the Franklin County Jail and held without bond. Due to the injuries from his arrest, he was housed in the jail's medical ward. On April 18th, he appeared in Lucas County Court for the first time. A judge set his total bond at $4 million, $2 million for murder and $1 million each for abduction and felonious assault. But just when it seemed the case couldn't get any darker, another unexpected development. On the morning of April 19, 2025, less than a month after Kei'mani's body was found, the abandoned house on Miami Street went up in flames. The building had already been marked as a code red structure due to its dangerous condition, and by the time fire crews arrived, it was fully engulfed in flames. Because of the home's instability and its role in an active homicide investigation, firefighters made the decision to fight the blaze from the outside only, avoiding entry. Investigators later classified the fire as suspicious, and it's now being treated as a possible arson. In response to public concern, Toledo officials quickly reassured the community that all critical evidence had already been collected and secured well before the fire broke out. Within hours, demolition crews were on site, and by late morning, the structure had been completely leveled. The city moved fast, citing both public safety and community trauma as key reasons for the emergency teardown. And yet, something important was spared. Before the fire, community members had created a growing memorial at the site. Flowers, candles, handwritten notes, and stuffed animals lining the sidewalk in Kei'mani's honor. Thankfully, those items had been carefully removed ahead of time. They were preserved and relocated, a small act of care amid so much destruction. Still, for many, watching the house burn felt symbolic, like the final erasure of a scene too painful to leave standing. Less than 2 weeks after the fire on April 30th, Darnell Jones appeared in court again, this time for his formal arraignment. Thanks to courtroom cameras, the public got their first direct look at Jones since his arrest. Seated before the judge, he entered a plea to the charges laid out against him tied to the death of his 13-year-old daughter. The hearing was procedural, but it carried weight. For many watching, it was a jarring moment. A man who was supposed to be a protective father, now standing accused of one of the most brutal crimes in recent memory.
Good afternoon, pleased to see you. Case CR 2025-548, State of Ohio versus Darnell Jones. We're here today to begin the adjudication in this court of the charges against Mr. Jones. We'll go over those charges and death penalty specifications and cover a lot of other necessary ground today. Mr. Jones, there's a lot of people here today. You can tell. And I can appreciate if you're anxious or if you're nervous. I want you to do your best to focus on me and the questions I'm going to ask you and the information I'm going to give you, okay? Now, as we said, I have a lot to go over. I want to make sure you understand as best you can, okay?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
R.N.R.
What's your full name?
Well, I go by Ogletree, Darnell Ogletree. They got it as Jones.
Okay, can you explain why do they have Jones? Why do you call yourself Ogletree?
My birth name is Darnell Ogletree, and my adopted name is Darnell Jones.
Okay.
But ever since I was like 19, I've been under Ogletree.
Okay. But does your birth certificate say Ogletree, or does your birth certificate say Jones?
Jones.
It says Jones?
Yeah. But like my social security card, my ID, all my taxes, everything's been under Ogletree.
Okay. Where were you born?
Ohio.
Okay. Where were you raised and where have you lived?
I live in Cleveland, Columbus, and Toledo, but mainly Toledo.
Excellent. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you speak, read, and write in English?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you speak, read, or write any other language?
No, just English.
Just English, okay. And do you have any problems reading, hearing, seeing?
No.
Do you wear contacts?
Sometimes I wear reading glasses, but...
Okay, well, there's going to be some stuff to read today. And for instance, we have an indictment you can see on the big screen there, the screen in front of you. I'm going to be reading part of that. So if at any time you need help with anything, please let either your attorneys or let me know, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. How about hearing aids, anything like that?
No, sir.
All right, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to ask you that you speak up when you can, okay? Are you taking any medications?
The pain meds for the accident, and they got me on some psychotic meds, for anxiety.
For anxiety?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you taking those medications pursuant to a doctor's order?
Yes.
Okay, and you're taking them according to those instructions?
Yes.
All right. Do those medications affect your ability to understand what I'm telling you?
No, sir.
Does it affect your ability to answer my questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Once again, if I go too fast or you don't understand something, just let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
Fair. Have you been diagnosed or treated for any mental illness?
Yes, sir.
What kind?
Depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, ADHD, ADD. It's been a lot.
I don't want to get too much into your personal medical records, but the reason I'm asking you this is, I want to make sure, and I'm sure your attorneys want to make sure you're understanding what I'm asking you. That's the only reason I'm asking you right now, is to make sure that if you have any kind of medical condition, physical condition, handicap, it doesn't impair you from answering my questions and understanding what I'm talking about. Okay? All right, so let's begin. And that direct, as I said, it's on the screen too, if that's easier for you to read that. All right, so the indictment has a case number on it, has your name on it, and it has some operative dates. This indictment, Mr. Jones, contains in it 15 different counts. Count is simply a charge that you violated. Let's start with the first one here. You've got count 1, aggravated murder, UF means unclassified felony with specifications. And it alleges that you did purposely and with prior calculation and design cause the death of Kei'mani Latigue in violation of those code sections, making it aggravated murder. Now you're going to see beneath that felony murder specification, which alleges that you committed, attempted to commit, or were fleeing immediately after committing or attempting to commit rape, and either the offender, you, were the principal offender in the commission of the aggravated murder, or if not the principal offender, you committed the aggravated murder with prior calculation and design. The specification under that also says felony murder. It's the same as the one I just read, with the replacement, instead of rape, it says kidnapping. And the third felony murder specification replaces rape or kidnapping with aggravated murder. Otherwise, those three specifications are essentially the same. You'll see on the next page that there is also a murder to escape specification, which reads that the offense was committed for the purpose of escaping detection, apprehension, trial, or punishment for another offense committed by you, to wit, rape, kidnapping, and or aggravated burglary. Although that is what's called a sexual motivation specification, and it says that you committed the offense with a sexual motivation. Finally, it says sexually violent predator specification, saying that you are a sexually violent predator.
Darnell Jones sat before the judge, quietly pleading not guilty to a string of violent charges. But what played out in that courtroom was only part of the story, because as the legal process moved forward, so did the investigation into Jones himself. And what surfaced was a pattern, a long, disturbing history of criminal behavior with minimal consequences. Court records show that Jones had been in and out of the criminal justice system for years, with arrests dating back to 2011 and only serving relatively short periods of jail time. We're talking about convictions for domestic assault, resisting arrest, attempted arson, and weapons violations. There were also reports of substance abuse, consistent, repeated red flags that painted a picture of a man spiraling long before Kei'mani disappeared. And yet, despite all of it, he somehow still had access to his daughter. That reality raised serious questions about who knew what and when. Soon, the focus turned to the County Children's Services Agency, which came under intense scrutiny. According to a statement released by the agency, authorized by county prosecutors, the Lucas County Children's Services had investigated multiple prior reports regarding Kei'mani's care. The agency received 3 separate complaints, one in December 2023, and 2 more in March 2024, all involving concerns about physical discipline in the home. In each case, investigators interviewed Kei'mani privately. Each time, she told them she felt safe. Based on those interviews, the agency concluded there was no legal basis to remove her from the home. Notably, the agency also stated they had received no reports specifically naming Darnell Jones, and were not even aware of his role or presence in Kei'mani's life during the time of their investigations. Even more troubling, the agency admitted that even if they had known about Jones, it might not have changed their assessment or the outcome of the case.
Well, I suppose it depends on what we would have learned. From whoever was identified as dad. But no, I mean, we determined that the placement there was appropriate. All the basic needs of the child were being met. She was getting all of her sustenance, her housing conditions were fine, her school and medical conditions were being met. So the presence of a father would not have caused us, I think, to recommend to the juvenile court that they change custody or placement.
The agency has said it is willing to release further information to address public concern, but only once prosecutors confirm it won't jeopardize the integrity of the criminal case. Still, many in the community remain unconvinced. Public frustration has grown. Advocacy groups have called for an independent review of the children's services protocols and accountability standards. And Kei'mani's former teacher even went public, saying she believes the tragedy was preventable.
State and local.
Three, can everybody shout out Kei'mani? 1, 2, 3. Kei'mani!
A crowd gathered at the abandoned house on Miami and Wilmot, chanting the name of a girl who will never be forgotten. 13-year-old Kei'mani Latigue.
As my pastor would say, a family that prays together stays together. And this is the time when we need to come together.
Many of the mourners did not know Kei'mani personally, but gathered flowers, balloons, and lit candles in her memory.
She was just a joy to be around, and she will be deeply missed.
Kayleen Harabidian was Kei'mani's teacher last year.
She was very sweet. I enjoyed having her at school every day. She greeted me every single morning with a hug. That was all she truly ever wanted, was affection.
Harabidian said affection was something that Kei'mani might have needed more of.
This feels preventable.
The teacher said she and other staff members called Children's Services to report concerning things Kei'mani had said.
She came to school with visible injuries and told us some things that were happening in her household.
Harabidian said Kei'mani was with a different guardian during that time. Still, she wishes something could have gone differently.
As of the date of this upload, Darnell Jones remains in custody at the Lucas County Jail, held on a $4 million bond. He has pleaded not guilty to multiple charges, including aggravated murder, kidnapping, and a series of felonies tied to the abuse and death of his 13-year-old daughter. Prosecutors have confirmed they intend to pursue the death penalty. A tentative trial date is set for April 2026, but with more than 200 pieces of evidence, including surveillance footage, body cam video, digital records, and witness statements, that timeline could still change. What's clear is that this is one of the most complex, high-profile, and emotionally charged cases Northwest Ohio has seen in years. And through it all, it's easy to lose sight of who the story is really about. Kei'mani Latigue was a bright, kind-hearted 7th grader who was just days away from her 14th birthday. She made the honor roll. She was set to receive a kindness award. Her teachers remembered her smile. Her classmates remembered her laughter. She was a child who deserved to be safe, to be protected, and to grow up surrounded by love, not tragedy. Her name was Kei'mani, and she mattered.